We are live now. Hello there, everyone. I want to welcome you to the 24-Hour Boss podcast, where we explore the world of leadership and personal development and how you can be better, whether you're a manager, a business owner, or what have you. And also, we also have interviews and bring on great guests to share their expertise. And today, I have a great guest. I'm excited to bring to the 24-Hour Boss podcast. Actually, the second time, but this is the first time we're doing it live. And actually, my first live guest. So I want to welcome Annette Archer of Netts Cookie Bliss to the
Greetings, everyone.
24-Hour Boss podcast. Annette, how are you today?
I am doing just peachy. How about yourself, sir?
I'm doing well.
Hey,
Considering
we will.
technology fails us sometimes, I'm doing quite well.
Hey, technology fails, but you know who don't?
I know.
Come on,
We know. We
Jesus.
know. I know, right? We know the Lord don't fail. So hey, He's in control of all things. But all right.
Absolutely.
So we want to welcome everyone to this podcast, and I want to thank you all for joining us today as we talk with Annette about her Netts Cookie Bliss. And so, Miss Annette, if you could, for the people, let's talk about Netts Cookie Bliss. And I guess first of all, how did Netts Cookie Bliss? How did it come about, and how did you come up with the idea? And just give us all that great jazz.
So it was birthed out of an abundance of free time. Because at the beginning of the pandemic, had a lot of free time on my hands, and I needed to do something to not go stir crazy. Um, So I've been baking cookies. I love cookies. It's like the perfect dessert. It's like, man, a burst of deliciousness in every bite. And I had been making them forever. And a few friends of mine had always said, man, these are so good. You should sell them. And I didn't give it any second thought because I was like, who has time for that? And then 2020 happened and who didn't have time for that? So it was birthed out of an abundance of time, but it's just because I love cookies.
You love cookies. Well, I love
I
cookies too.
do.
There's a lot of people that love cookies. So you started baking them. You were baking them, and you thought it would be a good idea to maybe start selling them.
Yeah, I had been baking them. I baked them. My sister had to raise some money to pay for a trip to DC when she was in high school. So it goes way back to way back then because I cooked them for her because she didn't have enough time. And then it's like if I came across a cookie that I liked, I would try to recreate it. And it just kind of went from there.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this. So before you actually uh started baking it, I know you said, well, you know what, maybe I can start selling them. So, and I know a lot of people kind of deal with that, they come with the idea, say, well, maybe I can start. Was there like any type of, I guess, delay in between you actually getting it started, or like were you scared or anything, or did you just say, hey, I'm gonna go for it?
I wouldn't say scared. I was a bit apprehensive because, you think of all the what ifs. Okay, well, what if this happens? Will I be prepared for X, Y, and Z? Um, so there was a little bit of apprehension, but after a while, I was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's make it do what it do.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't that bad. It was more analysis paralysis on my part.
Analysis paralysis. Why do you say that?
Well, because if you overthink things, you won't ever
Mm,
move forward. So it's like if you refuse to move until you feel as though you have crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, you will never move forward. And there's some things that you can never prepare for.
hmm
So until it kind of happens. So it's like, well, you prepare as much as you can for what you know, but don't allow what you don't know and the what ifs and if this, then what to keep you from pursuing what you want to do.
Yeah, I like that. I think a lot of people deal with analysis paralysis, where uh they pause, or they second guess their ideas, and it sets us back. and prevents people from moving forward. So I'm glad you said that, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that have struggled with analysis paralysis, or like we've talked quite a bit on this podcast about imposter syndrome, where you just feel like a fraud, or who's gonna buy my cookies, or you got all these other cookie businesses out of here. Who's gonna buy from me? So you got that you deal with. But yes, I totally agree that analysis paralysis is definitely something that can keep us back. So let me ask you, what has like the response been to your business? Or let me before I get to that, since you started Netts Cookie Bliss, and you got past analysis paralysis, how do you feel now that you started it, and like where you're headed?
I absolutely love it. Like if I could just, I like making people happy and seeing people
Mhm.
like do the happy dance when they eat the cookies. I'm like, that's what I was going for. So I absolutely love it. The response, the people who have purchased it, I have not, to the best of my recollection, gotten any negative feedback. I have my test subjects that I bestow cookies upon before I make them available for the general public. So they're my test crew that helps
Mhm.
me like tweak recipes before I'm like, okay, now this one's good to go to market. But as far as the response, it's been good. Like I said, it's the happy dance for me.
Yeah, yeah, I've tested some of those cookies too. So yeah, they're pretty good. And have you had like maybe some customers that you say, man, I'm surprised. Like I don't know, maybe you've had some big time customers that said, hey, I want to purchase a cookie, or maybe there was a, I don't know, event or something that you served. Have you had any of those? Like maybe an event where you're like, man, I think that was probably one of my best customers to provide to. Have you had anything like that maybe you can share with us?
I have done a couple of special requests. Like I did a baby shower for a friend of mine, and we did it up. They just ordered whatever flavor they wanted, and I packaged it up for them. And then I did another birthday where they requested something and I, made it happen. I haven't had any like huge like catering or anything to that effect as of yet. That's still a work in progress. I've had, a few people approach me and say, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? And it worked out well. But as far as anything major, not yet. It's in the works. We
In the
got to get our
works.
name out there a little more, but it's
In the
coming.
works. All right, cool. All right, and one of the things that I think is unique about your business is that you do have like traditional cookies, of course, the chocolate chips, the sugars, but you have a lot of non-traditional cookies that you probably can't find a lot of places. Tell us about you and your non-traditional knack that you love or that you provide in regard to your cookies.
Yeah, I'm not a regular kind of girl. So I like all things exotic. So I always, you know, that was the goal because everybody has all of the other cookie businesses have the normal, the chocolate chips, the oatmeal raisin, all of that. And those are good. But it's like, yeah, the way my palate is set up, I needed something to really spruce it up. So it was um, in an endeavor to get your not traditional cookies because I realized that there wasn't really much of that in the market from what I could tell at the time. I was like, okay, well, let me test the waters. It's like, okay, you can come for your traditional regular stuff if that's, if you like staying in, the normal vein. But if you want to venture out and try something that you can't necessarily get somewhere else, then I'm your girl. So that's where that came from. And I'm not your traditional cookie person. I like them. Like if there's nothing else, I will, indulge in that. But give me a strawberry colada, give me a mango bliss, give me, something that has peaches and fruit and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's something. And actually, I'm gonna try to share this screen so some of our viewers can see this as well. Let's actually go to your your site. Let me share it on the screen. Okay, yes. So here is the great Netts Cookie Bliss for those that can see this. But I just want to go through some of these non-traditionals that Miss Annette has. So there's a Kit Kat. There's
Mhm.
a let's go ahead and click on that. There's a lemon blueberry, uh, chocolate hazelnut,
Oh, those are amazing. Those taste like a brownie in your mouth. It's wonderful.
and of course you have a whole lot of more assortments there. Of course, you got the classics, you got mixed flavor boxes, and all of that. So you come with the whole package, which is
I,
pretty cool.
indeed, you gotta feed what the market wants and what they don't realize that they want yet.
Correct. Totally agree with that. All right, so let's move along. And so I want to ask, in regards to like people ordering from your site, like how does someone order from your site?
It is. I try to make it as easy as possible. So you just go through, you find the cookie of your choice, and then I have a few different uh, options. You can get the little bites, which are little mini cookies. You select what you want. You can do either minis, a half dozen, or a dozen. And then you just head on over to the cart, put in your information. I do ship within the
You
United
ship?
States.
Can you
So
ship
if you're not,
nationwide?
I do. So if you
Okay,
don't
I
live
didn't
in
know that.
Dallas, if you don't live in DeSoto, Fort Worth, you can get Netts Cookie Bliss delivered to your front door. Um, I don't know if most people realize that, but I do ship. So you just put in whether you want to pick it up or have it shipped. And then usually within a day, it is ready for pickup.
Something's falling back there, but okay, I didn't.
You saw that, did you?
I heard it, I didn't see it, but I didn't know you ship nationwide, so that's cool to know, and good to
I
put it out
do.
there that she ships nationwide. So for those that need some cookies for your event, maybe Thanksgiving, or well, of course we passed Thanksgiving, but it's coming back around. Christmas,
It is.
different events, birthday parties, graduations, ceremonies like that, family gatherings. Next Cookie Bliss definitely, she will definitely hook you up. All right, Annette. So I have, as my tradition is, I got some surprise questions for you.
Oh my.
Yes, and very easy, but they are surprises. So first question is in regards to fast food restaurants. So if fast food restaurants were the only job available,
Job of
meaning
oh
that's
my.
all you can work at is a fast food restaurant, what restaurant are you going to work at?
Chick-fil-A, of course. Is that even a question? No, I'm just playing.
I know, right? Yeah, I asked some other people that same question, and that was probably what they said too. Chick-fil-A. But why do you say Chick-fil-A?
Because of they have the best customer service. I'm a nice
Hmm.
person, so I can't, be somewhere where they're just rude and
Hmm.
stuff. And because the food is amazing.
Yeah. Mm. Can't go wrong with that. Yes, Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. Love Chick-fil-A.
Indeed, it's my pleasure.
Also, I've heard that of course they're not closed on Sundays, but I've heard that Bucky's is a great place to work too. I heard they offer
But
some.
are they a fast food establishment though?
They
Hmm.
well, that's a good question. They're in the, I think I guess convenience store. I guess you could call it convenience store. Uh, I don't know if they're considered fast, but they do sell food. I mean,
They do,
their
and,
food is
and it is
decent.
delicious. Have you had the burritos from Bucky's?
I have not. I guess I have to try
Next
that.
time you're
I
at
have.
Bucky's, you need to give that a whirl. I got one of our fellow friends hooked on the burritos on one of the trips. I was like, yeah, it'll change your
Oh,
life.
okay. I didn't know they had those, but all right, I'll have to try that definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, moving right along to the next surprise question. Annette, if you could write a book about your life, what would that title be?
Ooh, that's
I
a
know that's
really good one.
yeah.
Mm.
You may have to think about that one.
Just peachy.
You know, that's very fitting of you. That's
We'll go
that's
with
perfect
that.
for you. Yeah, that's perfect for you. Just peachy. Okay, so we're gonna be looking for that book. So we be working on that, Annette. Be looking for it. All right. So last prize question. You already know this one, but for the people listening and for those in the back, Team Samsung or Team iPhone?
I'm going to go against popular opinion and go Android for the win.
Android
Final
for the
answer.
win. Okay. You heard it first from Annette. Samsung for the win. So all the iPhone heads, if you got a problem, you got to go talk to Annette.
You can talk, I ain't listening.
All right. So we're gonna get ready to wrap this up. But Annette, if you could offer some advice to impact the world for change. It's a lot of people dealing with different things. A lot of people, of course, struggling with different issues, mental illness. They talk about that all the time. Um, but of course, I know you're a woman of faith. But if you could offer some advice for the world, maybe some out there they want to start a cookie business or some type of business. Of course, you've done it. So, but if you could offer any type of advice, whatever it is, for the world to impact change, what would that advice be?
For because I am who I am and I believe what I believe, the only way to truly impact change is going to be through Christ. Like there is no way around that. You say all of these mental health issues, all of these problems and whatnot. Christ is the answer. So
Mhm.
outside of that, uh, let Him be your guide and don't allow situations to keep you from being great. Like who cares what people say?
Mhm.
Who cares who says that you can't? Prove them wrong
Mhm. Mhm.
and be your best self in Christ.
Be your best self in Christ. All right. I love that. Love that. Great advice too. Of course, I can't. You can't go wrong. You would never go wrong with God, Christ. You'll never go wrong with that. But yes, as you said, let Him be your guide. But great advice, Annette. Appreciate you being on here. Okay, so for those that want to maybe purchase from you, follow you, go ahead and let them know how they can connect and how they can follow you on the socials and website, all that good stuff.
Alrighty, I am on Instagram and Facebook, and the handle is the same for both. It is Netts Cookie Bliss, NettsCookieBliss, all together on both Instagram and Facebook. The website is, again, nettscookiebliss.com. I try to keep it simple. And you can follow me. I post different sales, different products. We're featuring different cookies. Like right here, I have my precious little snack pack that decided it wanted to jump off the ledge, but 3 packs, those flavors change out periodically, and Instagram and Facebook are going to be letting you know what flavors are available. And I have a special treat for those who have listened or watched this at a later time. There is a promo code for 10% off at Netts Cookie Bliss. It is 24-hour boss altogether, 10% off your entire order. So special gift from me to you. Happy 2023. And who cares about resolutions? Go ahead and get you some cookies.
Oh my goodness. Yes, that's it. Wonderful. Hey, all right. So go check out Netts Cookie Bliss, get you 10% off. Promo code. And I can attest that Nett makes some delicious. She makes some delicious cookies. All of that, but she does put a lot of love and care in it. So she cares about her customers and the products that she provides. So go support Miss Annette and Netts Cookie Bliss and get your order for your event. And hey, get 10% off as well. Also, so thank you so much. I want to thank you, Annette, for joining me on this live, my first live with the interview with someone. Of course, we have some more interviews coming up and some more live interviews, some more great guests coming up. So I want to say to those watching as well, follow Annette. Also follow 24 Hour Boss at 24 Hour Boss. Follow us on Facebook. Also, we have a YouTube page that we're trying to grow. So if you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that you'll know when we, drop another video or go live as well. Also, for those who may not know, we did a post. I was meaning to have that info before this interview, but um, have that information posted. But we did a post a couple of weeks ago where we're doing a giveaway. And I'm going to try to share that actually now if I can. Give me 1 second. We did a post a couple of weeks ago where we're giving away a shirt and a mug. I'm gonna try to share this. Yeah, so this is the shirt and the mug. It says "Let's go live," and the mug says "Brewing a Better Me." But we did a post a couple of weeks ago, and so we're giving that away in February. So for those watching, those viewing, all you have to do is, and I'll try to repost that again out there on social media. But there's a post. You just have to like the post, and I think follow us, and I think follow us on YouTube to be entered to win. So just wanted to share that information for those that are watching, those that are viewing. If you're watching at a later time, so get it in before February. You have a chance to win. So anyway, that's that. But Annette, hey, I want to thank you again for joining me on this live so early in the morning. I hope I didn't disturb you too much, but I'm going to give you back the rest of your day. And of course, all those viewing, want to say we appreciate you all watching and supporting. Please go and support Miss Annette and Netts Cookie Bliss. And we appreciate you all watching and viewing. And until the next video, hey, have a blessed week. Thank you, Annette.
Thank you. You have a good one, sir.
Hey, you too.